Okay, now we're going to throw some fractions in with our order of operations. And here we have a problem that says 3/4 squared times 1/3. Well, the squaring comes first, so we have to write this out exactly as it should be. So 3/4 squared means 3/4 times 3/4. Now if I go ahead and write out the times 1/3, everything here now is a multiplication. Multiply, multiply. That's the only operation that we have. And if you'll remember, we can take some shortcuts when it comes to multiplication. Remember, we can cancel any common factors as long as it's one numerator and one denominator. So here we have a common 3 that we could cancel out. That's going to make that problem a whole lot simpler whenever we go to multiply. Because now in the numerator we have 3 times 1, which would be 3. And in the denominator we have 4 times 4, which would be 16. Now we could have went ahead and multiplied this entire thing out, but then we would have had to simplify at the end. So it really doesn't matter whether you do it, this canceling technique, or whether you multiply it all and then have to reduce later. You'll get the exact same thing. Now let's work another one. Here we have a problem that says 3/5 times 1/3 plus 2/5 times 3/4. Our multiplication steps have to be done before the addition. So we have to multiply this 3/5 times 1/3 first. And here we can use that canceling technique because we've got a 3 on top and on bottom in the numerator and the denominator. And now we can just multiply. This would be 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 1 is 5, plus. Now over here in the second one we have to also do this multiplication, and we can cancel again. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 4 two times. So now when we multiply, we have 1 times 3 is 3, and 5 times 2 is 10. Now we're adding these fractions, and remember from your fraction rules, in order to add these we have to have a common denominator. So our common denominator here will be a 10. Our second fraction is already over the common denominator, so we don't have to change it. But our first fraction, we'd have to multiply that 5 times 2 to get 10, so we have to multiply the numerator by the exact same thing. So 1 times 2 is 2. Now we can add those fractions. So 2/10 plus 3/10 would be 5/10. Now we're not done because we always want to simplify as much as possible. And in this one, these have a common 5. So 5 will go into 5 one time, and 5 goes into 10 two times. So fully reduced, our answer should be 1/2.